If I have, thank you. If I have anyone new, Carolyn, if I have anybody new, I'm going to ask you to go back. You see where that giving box is? All right. Hello, and I need my camera person here. Good morning. Good morning. Come on in. So good morning and welcome to Unity of Greater Hartford. And my name is Rev Christine Boylan, and these brave souls here. You face the winter weather. You face the howling winds. And you're here. And those of you who are watching from the comfort of your couch or, good heavens, maybe even your bed, we are awfully glad that you're here with us too. That's wonderful. And to know that if you're here and you're fully vaccinated, you don't need to wear a mask if you're not fully vaccinated, or you're still being cautious, and that's a good thing. Please wear a mask. We appreciate that. Now, we handed out a Sunday bulletin to those in the sanctuary. Please don't leave it in the sanctuary. We ask that you take it with you. And if you're watching online, you may obtain today's bulletin right on the home page of the website. You'll see all the information about this new Sunday Talk series, and just keep going down and you'll get to the point where it says click here. So on that Sunday bulletin, you have our welcoming affirmation. So let's say that together. Together, unity is a positive path for spiritual living. And certainly right here at Unity, we welcome, value, and include all people. So again, welcome to all of you. They're still coming in. Come on in. Still coming into the sanctuary. Again, welcome, as well as those watching on our website. And of course, you can also watch on Facebook, where you are invited to make your presence known. Please say hello, send up those emojis that I love seeing. You know the drill. And if you're here in the sanctuary, take out your phone. I know, Rob, you do this every now and then. Take out your phone and tell people that you're here. I know he's like, oh, now I have to do that. Tell people you're here. Let people know that you're here and that they can come too. So, now, before we do anything else, we're going to embrace our theme for the year, which is pray first. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to pray first. So let's just all settle into where we are. So this morning we pray. We pray affirming that there is peace. That there is peace. Peace in our soul, peace in our minds, peace in our hearts, peace in all our relationships. We see an abundance of peace in our vision of the world. We see an abundance of peace in our vision of ourselves. And as we hold on to this truth in spirit about us, as we embrace this truth, we pledge to live this truth, to be devoted to peace, to be faithful to peace, so that that which is within us gets manifest, gets expressed more and more in the world. And the headlines read, "Peace has broken out." And as we hold this vision, hold this truth, our hearts are filled with gratitude, overflowing with gratitude. And we say, thank you. Thank you, sweet Spirit. And so it is. Amen. Amen. So, welcome Carolyn, our music director, Carolyn Fisher. Welcome, welcome, welcome this morning.
Thank
you.
Thank you.
Glad you're here.
Me too.
Yeah.
At least the sun is out. If we have to be up an hour early, at least we get a
isn't
nice
that
sunny day.
lovely? The sun is out. And so what is our opening song today?
Well, going to the source. God is my source. Here it is. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. And I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. Love is my source. Love is my power. Love gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. Joy is my source. Joy is my power. Joy gives me everything I need. And I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. And I give thanks for all my blessings. Gives me everything I need.
All right. Thank you so much, Carolyn. So good God morning to each and every one of you. I am so impressed how many are here, and it's going to be interesting to see who shows up for the community time, right, afterwards, right? And thank you, everybody here that's here on Facebook. So I'm just kind of curious. How are you doing with your intentions this year? You know, we're into the third month, right? But who's counting? I know, several of us, I know myself, I've had some distractions. So I'm going to give you a couple of ways where you can step it up right here. All right. So next Saturday morning from 10 to noon, you could be busy. You just need to register with Reverend Laura Barrett Bennett's Zoom class called Finding Yourself in the Bible. That sounds interesting, doesn't it? And as I understand, there's some radical Bible ideas. And so I don't know about you, but I'm thinking this is divine timing, From the comfort of your own home, it doesn't get better than that, right? For the next 3 consecutive Saturday mornings, beginning March 19th, the 26th, and April 2nd. And the 6 hours of classes is $45, and you can register online. Feel free to grab the flyer in the atrium. And here's another way that you can change it up. Reverend Christine is starting her 6-week series on the popular prosperity program called Keys to the Kingdom. It's starting right here today, live. It's going to be different than what they've done in the past with the classroom setting and all that kind of good stuff. But, we've all grown since the last time we've taken this class. So let's just all dive a little deeper. Each Sunday, Reverend Christine will focus on the section from the Student's Handbook. And then the following Monday evening, starting tomorrow, our own Deborah Giddings from 6:30 to 7:30, you're invited to join her on a 1-hour Zoom. I know that I remember way back when Lori Creand had a table in the community room. She had a sign, and after our service, we would chat about what went on. So I really encourage you, because there's nothing like talking with other people and seeing it through their eyes. And you could also probably benefit from obtaining a copy of the handbook if you don't already have it. And they're in the library for a suggested love offering of $20. But we don't want to turn anyone away, so feel free to pay more, whatever you feel comfortable with. You can leave your cash or checks right there in the library donation box. Or you could go to and use your credit card on the website, and I guess there's, besides the donate button, you can just click down. There's a drop-down box that says the Keys to the Kingdom materials. So just click on that. And as we all know, every week we tithe, right? But for this particular class, we're going to tithe to the original author. If you have any questions regarding this, if you'd like us to mail the materials or stop by and pick up the materials, just check in with Tony, our office manager, and you can do that by email, officemgr@unityhartford.org, or just give us a call. So I ask you, what gift are you giving yourself? How are you going to step it up? How are you going to change? Because I know that we all want to broaden our awareness. It's a lot more fun that way, isn't it, on this journey? All right. Another way you can share your gifts is this Easter we're starting to collect goodies to share with MAC, Manchester Area Conference of Churches. So starting today, there's a list again in the atrium of items that you could just share. Could be shampoo, deodorant, canned goods, tuna in a package, whatever it is. We know that when we give, we receive, don't we? All right. So now, also I should probably say that I'm hoping that everybody goes into the community room. I know I can smell the coffee, so just follow the smell, okay, after the service. So now it's our time to greet, and it continues to be reciting the Gandhi blessing from our pews. And so I'm thanking people in advance for helping to keep our church sanctuary a safe place for all. So as many of you know, the Gandhi blessing is meant to be a call and response, and that's just what we're going to do again today. So I ask you to consider standing up, even you in the Facebook world, and respond after me from our heart center. And you may want to look around at people and affirm whatever you're saying to each and every one. And the same thing with Facebook. If you want to envision a person, whatever it is that calls your heart. Are you ready? All right. I offer you peace. I offer you love. I offer you friendship. I see your beauty. I hear your needs. Our wisdom flows from the highest source. And I salute that source in you. Let us work together for unity and peace. Thank you. You can sit down if you'd like to, or dance in the aisles. We're good with whatever. No. All right. Please join me in affirming the statement of faith. Together. There is only one presence and one power, active as the universe and as my life, God, the good omnipotence. All right. And the daily word, oh my goodness, it's of course fabulous. The daily word for today is light. And the affirmation: the light of truth dissolves all darkness. And the message: a bird's cheerful song interrupts the quiet of the night. The dark sky grows lighter and puffy clouds begin to glow with a beautiful shade of pink. Brilliant rays announce the sun's arrival. The sun peeks over the horizon, flooding the new day with light. Light dissolves darkness in my consciousness in a similar way. At a challenging time, my heart responds to the hopeful thought that this too shall pass. Hope grows into faith as my mind opens to divine wisdom that is always mine to claim. Guided by the dawning light of truth, I see the way forward and follow it with confidence. As surely as each new day brings a sunrise, my faith assures me the light of truth will dissolve the darkness of any obstacle I may face. And from the Bible, John 1:5, the light shines in the darkness, and the darkness did not overcome it. Again, the daily word for today is light, and I think that this affirmation we should all affirm after me and continue to say it all day with what is happening in our world, okay? I'm going to say it, and then you're going to repeat it. The light of truth dissolves all darkness. Together, the light of truth dissolves all darkness. Thank you. Reverend Christine, our hearts are open. Go for it.
I love your energy. So will our ushers please come forward? As our ushers come forward, let me remind you that we can accept your credit card gift online at our website, unityhartford.org, while checks and cash can be received this morning by the ushers. And if you're not quite ready for that yet, you can also drop your offering in the giving box, which is at the back of the church after the service. Oh yes, thank you, Deb. Many of us, if we weren't doing it before, the pandemic has certainly got us into the habit of giving online. And then we end up here and we go, oh, but I don't have anything to put in the offering bag. So in the pew in front of you, in the little pocket in front of you, is a blue card. And you don't have to do anything. You could just kind of hold it as though you would hold your check or your cash and put that in the offering basket. And you can feel like you're, participating in a tangible way, okay? And because this is the time in our service when we have the opportunity to experience and express gratitude, love, and prosperity. We know certainly that when we freely and joyfully give, we are opening ourselves up to the abundance in the universe. So whatever amount you were guided to give, take it in your hands, or if you give online, take that blue card. And of course, as you take it in your hands, you're also holding it in your heart, and you're blessing it with your love. And I would also ask that you hold an intangible blessing. Okay? And that could be a word, okay? It could be a feeling. It might be peace this morning. It might be love. It might be abundance. So we hold that tangible and that intangible gift together. And it's a blessing that you're going to be sharing with your whole Unity community. So let yourself feel as grateful as you can to God in you as your one true source. And then please join me in our offering blessing together. Divine love flowing as me blesses and multiplies all that I am and have, all that I give and receive, And so it is. Amen.
I am a child of this universe. The ocean dances at my feet. The wind plays a melody through my hair. I am loved at every turn. I am kissed by Mother Earth. I am a child of this universe. The sun warms me in its embrace. The stars have aligned for me in the sky. I am honored by all life. I am held by Father Time. Every blade of grass, every shaking leaf on a tree, every mountain top sings of the glory of God moving through me. I am a child of this universe. Through my breath, all of life can breathe. I plant the seeds with my every dream. I can love at every turn. Give a kiss to Mother Earth. I am a child of this universe. I greet the God in each face. I am a channel for peace to flow. Oh, I honor all of life. Yes, I'm a one with Father Time. To every blade of grass, to every shaking leaf on a tree, to every mountain top, I sing of the glory of God moving through all, moving as me, moving as you. Ooh.
Beautiful, Carolyn. Thank you. Well, in the Christian world, the weeks leading up to Easter, and in case you don't know, that's April 17th, have been called Lent. And Lent is meant to be a time of preparation for Easter, which is a time of spiritual growth, transformation, and even resurrection. And just as spring is the season for new and expanded life, Lent is a time of spiritual rebirth and renewal. It's a time for realigning ourselves with the Christ mind within and allowing ourselves to be transformed at depth. I know, that can sound a little scary, huh? Transformed at depth. And many Christians, of course, use Lent as a time to give up something, right? Give up certain foods or certain habits or even giving up certain negative thoughts. And that's great. That's wonderful. But this Lent, I'm inviting you to rise up instead of give up. To rise up. Think about that. So this Lent, I'm going to be asking you today to join me in a Lenten journey to rise up into a more abundant expression of your divine potential. And it's for that reason that I've created this Sunday Talk series. It's based on the well-known prosperity course called The Keys to the Kingdom, and many of you have probably have taken that class. You might have read the book. You might have listened to the CDs. And I'm so glad that you have. These next few weeks, though, will only slightly resemble those classes. You know, I'm putting my own little spin on it all. But because we're going to go deeper. We're going to go deeper. It's not just about intellectual understanding. We're going to go to soul understanding. We're going to go deeper so that we can rise higher and have a new life of abundance. I'm done talking about it. How about you? Yeah, that's enough talking. Let's do this. Let's do this. So I'll make the decision right now to come along with me on this journey, because now that you know these truths, blessed will you be when you live them. And that Jesus statement is really a spiritual promise. So let's do this. Yeah. Keys to the kingdom. Those words are taken from another Jesus statement found in the Gospel of Luke, chapter 12, verse 32. It is the Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom of heaven. So what is this kingdom of heaven? What is this kingdom of God? Well, in Unity's try that one again. In Unity's Metaphysical Dictionary, the Revealing Word, this is what it says. It's the realm of divine ideas producing their expression. Perfect harmony. It is within our consciousness where we know and understand God. It is also called the Christ consciousness. Got it? Nah, it's clear as mud, right? Right. So let's take a step back. We're going to take a step back. Well, Unity holds that we are spiritual beings living in a spiritual world that is governed by spiritual laws, and that we are having, some would say even creating, but let's just go with the easier one, we are having this human experience. And it's a very real human experience. And for the most part, though, we spend almost all of our lives trying to figure out this human experience. As toddlers, we experience a physical law called gravity, right? We get up, we fall down. We get up, we fall down. And sooner or later, we figure out how to work with this physical law, not against this physical law, right? And some people even go on to get a master's degree or even a doctorate in some of these laws, physics, biology, right? But how much time do we spend in discovering and learning to live with the laws of spirit? Yeah, how much time? Today, let's decide, let's choose to dig deeper into the spiritual laws that govern who we really are, so that by Easter, we may have learned to work with them, not against them. And as we do, we can experience true abundance. Now, for many people, that word abundance means getting more into our lives. But in truth, abundance means giving more. This is the spiritual law of circulation. That's your first spiritual law, the spiritual law of circulation, because we know that it is in giving that we receive. David Owen Ritz, the author of The Chorus Keys to the Kingdom, wrote that the world was not given to you. You were given to the world. Step into the natural flow of abundance by committing yourself to becoming a giver in life. A giver in life. He also said that we just might need certain keys to unlock the doors to the kingdom of heaven. And he listed 7 different keys. Now, sometimes during this series, I'm going to be using different words for those keys, but in reality, we are saying the same thing. We're not really saying different things, even though I might use different words. So today we begin with the first 2 keys. And the first key is what I call the key of devotion and faithfulness. So I'm going to ask you a question, and yeah, you got to talk back to me here. Is anyone devoted to something or someone? All right, we can't look at the married couples here because they might get in trouble. Leah, shout it out, girl.
My work and my husband.
See, she's smart. She's devoted to her work and her husband. Saw a hand back there. Was that Sandra? Sandra. She's devoted to her spiritual journey. Okay. Who else? Yes. Devoted to the worship and music that is of the divine. Who else? Anyone else want to shout something out? Yes, Kathy. You're devoted to family. Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, anybody have a pet? Anybody devoted to their pet? Yeah. Anybody have kids? Anybody devoted to kids? Yeah, absolutely. We're devoted to a lot of different things, aren't we? Yeah. So let's look at that. So many hands got raised up when I said pet, and I certainly understand that. I'm devoted to my pet dog, Abby. Some of you know her. And it really was a choice to be a pet guardian, a guardian of my dog, even if it didn't feel like one. And some of you have said that to me. Oh, I didn't choose her or him, they chose me. But you did choose. You did choose. And once I made the choice to get a puppy, a dog, I had to be faithful in taking care of it. Even if I said, well, what choice did I have? But you did, because you know many. We see in the papers, we see it around, that there are people who made a choice to get a pet and then ended up being cruel and abusive to that pet. So you make a choice. You make a choice every day. If you have a pet, if you have a child, you have a spouse, you know, there's a choice. There's a faithfulness that you have to bring into that relationship. Every day you wake up and you have to do something. Every day. You make a conscious or unconscious choice, and then you repeat it over and over every day. It's kind of like people say, well, I didn't choose to fall in love. No, I fell in love. It's kind of like you fell down a flight of stairs. What? No, you made a choice. And it may just be a bunch of little choices that added up that brought you into love, but you've made a choice. So devotion and faithfulness is our first key to the spiritual world where we live, we move, and have our true being. Today I'm going to be asking you to make a choice to be devoted and faithful to your spiritual journey. And I think 1 or 2 people have mentioned that this morning. Even though we're always one with the divine and always have access to our spiritual powers, it isn't always easy to remember, is it? We can get, well, we've wandered for such a long time in the desert of this physical world. And we have come to believe its lies. Its lies of lack and limitation, war and hatred, brute force and fear. So it's going to take some work, some devotion, some faithfulness to see and know a different truth. It requires a choice to take your eyes off of this physical realm and choose to see with your spiritual eyes, and to do so with devotion and faithfulness. Without some type of structure, many of us will simply slide back into our old, well-worn path of the physical world and all its half-truths, and nothing changes. We've all been there before. In fact, that may even be your expectation right now. I get it. I too have played the amnesia victim. But I know from experience that each time I make the conscious choice in a structured way to go deeper, I always rise higher. Always. So right now, I'm going to ask Gail and Leah, on your side of the sanctuary, to pass out this one-page handout. Yeah, just walk up, just pass them out. And those of you who are at home watching, right on the website, the home page of the website, where it talks about today's service, the topic for today, it'll say click here for the materials for March 13th. So just click that and have that available to you, open to you, so that you are able to go along with us today. Now, where's my piece of paper? Oh. All right. All right, I think everybody has it now. So let's take a moment and to go through this piece of paper. And on one side it says, Unity Great of Hartford, Keys to the Kingdom, My Lenten Journey, and it says my devotion statement. And it says, I am devoted to my spiritual growth and journey, and to evidence that to myself and the universe, not to me. Rev Christine I have nothing to do with this. This is all you. I pledge to do the following for the next 6 weeks until Easter, April 17th. So we begin. To give of my time to my spiritual growth. I will be faithful by reserving X minutes a day to prayer, meditation, and other spiritual activities. Now, there's this concept of tithing. Okay. I am not asking you to tithe. I'm asking you to give. Many of us in this church tithe. This is a tithing church. Whatever we receive, we tithe. And many of us here tithe. If you wish to tithe of your time, that means you will be spending 90 minutes or more a day. Okay? I know, that's like, wow, 90 minutes? Some of you, I know, are already doing that. So think about it. If you keep doing what you're always doing, what are you going to get? Well, you've always gotten, right? There's a chance to change it up. Thank you, Kate, for setting the stage for that. So if you wish to tithe your time in your spiritual growth, some of you said, I'm committed. I am devoted to my spiritual life. All right. Let's try that out. The next, to give of my talent to my spiritual growth. I will be faithful by doing X hours a week to unselfishly serving in a volunteer capacity for an organization, person, or cause that has personal meaning for me. Again, if you wish to tithe your talent, that means you will be giving 4 hours or more a week. All right. Now, You can decide to do 4 hours here in the church, and if anybody wants to do that, just see me. We'll make that an option for you, okay? You can give to another organization. Certainly the time you're out shopping, to give some food or toiletries to our neighbors here, that is considered volunteer time too. Perhaps there's a neighbor that you chat up each day, that you smile with. That's all volunteer work too. Whatever touches your heart, wherever you'd like to serve, let's see about doing that. Finally, to give of my treasure to my spiritual growth. I will be faithful by giving X dollars a week to the source of my spiritual nourishment during this time period. And again, if you wish to tithe, that would be 10% or more of your income. All right. Now, this is where most people stop breathing. Okay. I can't. I'm on a fixed income. All right. I'm not asking you to tithe, am I? Many of us here do tithe our income. I'm not asking you to tithe. This is how deep do you want to go to rise how high? That's your choice. But what I want you to do right now, close your eyes for a minute. Just close your eyes for a minute. Think of a dollar amount that you're currently giving or you would like to give, that you feel comfortable giving. Bring that dollar amount into your mind's eye. If it's your current tithe, fabulous. If you're just considering tithing, what would that mean to you? If you're saying, well, X dollars a week, I would feel comfortable with. Wonderful. Hold that number. Add $1 to it. Add $1 to it. I'm asking you to step out in faith on $1. Got that number? Great. Thank you. Okay. We're also going to be holding an expanded vision in all areas of my life. Now, we're not going to deal, that's the second part of this talk, so we're not going to handle that right now. And then it says, in addition, I will participate in the Sunday service from March 13th through April 17th, whether in person or online. I will also join the Zoom discussion group on Mondays from 6:30 to 7:30 p.m. I know that my enthusiastic participation is a gift to myself as well as to others who have come to share their spiritual journey with me. I am ready to be changed at depth. I am ready to step into the flow of life abundance. I am ready to claim my keys to the kingdom. And so whether you're ready now or later on today, you would sign it and date it, and then this is for you to hold on to. Okay? But it's someplace where you're going to see it every day. Now, some of you may have already had an internal dialogue with yourself, and you've made the decision that this is too hard, that it's not worth it, that this is crazy. All right. Do it anyway. Do it anyway. You know, there were people who recently took the 2-hour workshop on daily prayer practice. And in that workshop, I told them to just let go of your disbelief and try a different type of daily prayer. And I've heard back from some of these people They have been amazed. And I have been amazed at some of the things that they've been doing in their prayer practice. Well, it's the same process here. And even if you weren't in that workshop, there were things that you have done in your life that you didn't think you could do. And yet you did them. So just do it anyway. Find a way to do it. Make this pledge of devotion and faithfulness your own. Well, I don't like that word that's being used right there. I don't like that word. Change it. Make it your own. It's your pledge of devotion and faithfulness. Make it your own. And get weekly support from your spiritual community of like-minded people. Join them tomorrow night on Zoom. Join them every Monday night. Walk this path with me and others as we open up to the abundance of our own untapped spiritual potential. Experience moving the abundance that is yours into this physical realm. And what would that look like? What would that look like? What would abundance even look like? Well, that leads us to our second key, visualization. A vision may be a very specific, clear image, or it may be a feeling, or it just may be a thought. However, it is not a one and done. Visualization is a process that you must spend time doing every day. And for that reason, I consider it a very powerful prayer tool. It is truly one of the keys to the kingdom. It will immediately begin to erase old, limiting, lack images, and over time, bring to your mind, heart, and soul the truth of who you are as a spiritual being, living in a spiritual world, governed by spiritual laws, creating this human, physical life. So let's play with this for a few minutes, okay? I'm going to ask you, as I'm going to just take you through a little visualization exercise. All right? And I'm going to ask you to close your eyes. No, first I'm going to ask you to breathe. I know some of you just stopped breathing. So breathe. Okay, that's bring it in and let it go. All right? So breathe. So let's close your eyes and just breathe naturally. Perhaps uncross your arms and legs. You could even say that word to yourself, relax, breathe. To remember, breathe. As we use the key of visualization, we choose to envision courageously, boldly, expansively. No vision is too big. We ask Spirit to show us our highest possibility, knowing that as we agree to co-create with the divine, all is possible. We bring a new and abundant vision to 5 areas of our life. And we begin with health. Health. Right now, begin to see and feel abundance in your physical, emotional, and mental health. What God qualities are yours in health? Faith, balance, wholeness, vitality, peace, strength. Breathe. Finances. We come to that area of our life, finances. Begin to see and feel that there is an abundance flow of God energy in money and material goods. What divine powers might there be in your finances? Faith, freedom, wisdom, order, willingness, expectancy. And we breathe. Relationships. Begin to see and feel that there is an abundance in all of your relationships. What light of spirit might there be in those current and yet to be relationships? Faith, love, authenticity, harmony, acceptance, self-worth. And we breathe. Career and or self-expression. Begin to see and feel that there is an abundance in all that you do in your job or volunteer service or in being a blessing to the world. What divine faculties show up for you? Faith, creativity, confidence, enthusiasm, tenacity. Breathe. Spiritual and personal growth. Begin to see and feel that there is abundance in your spiritual and personal growth. No matter how long you have been on this journey, embrace the truth that there is always more. More faith, more unity, life, awareness, and courage. Breathe. Gently open your eyes and breathe. Every day, spend a few minutes with this powerful prayer tool of visualization. Visualize abundance in these 5 areas, and they're on the reverse of this piece of paper you were handed earlier. And on that, record your feelings, your thoughts. They may be one word or several words. Maybe even sentences. Maybe you'll even need more than one piece of paper. This powerful prayer tool becomes more powerful to you as you regularly use it as one of the keys to creating an abundant life. Now, on that reverse side, you'll see it says, getting mine here, it says the week, and then it has time, talent, and treasure. I apologize that the lines didn't come out when we copied it, but gives you something to do. Fill those lines in. And then once you're doing it, use this as your structure, as a way to get rid of that inner critical voice of yours. No, it's not worth it. I'm not worth it. Get rid of that negative voice in you. It's not going to matter. Whatever little records you have going on in here, taking time to look at this each day, filling it out, starts creating that change in you, that process of change in you. that process of change in you. Now, there is so much more wisdom and guidance to be had in the writings of the author. So I strongly advise you this week to read the first 2 chapters of his handbook. And then every day, make the choice to be devoted to your Lenten journey. Every day, work the concepts in today's handouts and take your first step into unlocking the doors to the kingdom of heaven. And namaste. Now I have to figure out where I am. Okay. So now we have the opportunity to listen to our wonderful music director, Carolyn. And she is going to sing the peace song while we all listen. So thank you, Carolyn.
I'll sing it for you.
Thank you.
Okay. I want to know when that triangle's coming back. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow, to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
And thank you, Reverend Christine. Please join me in the power of protection together. The light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. The presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Thank you.
As we come to the end of our service today, I want to take a moment to thank all our prayer chaplains here and online who have been holding all of us in sacred space, holding all of us in prayer. And if you're here in the sanctuary, we have 2 prayer chaplains who are here to pray with you. Jolene and Lee, if you could stand so everyone can see you. So our prayer chaplains are here in the sanctuary to pray with you today. If you have a prayer request in your heart, just go up to them and say, "Can you pray with me?" And they'll take it from there. And if you want, you can also fill out in the little pocket in front of you in the pew. There is a card that you can fill out to have a prayer request. Thank you, Wendy. And you can fill that out and put it in the prayer box, which is in the back of the church near the doors on our right. Just put it in there. And of course, if you're online, yes, we want to pray with you also. Just send us an email. Send it to prayerrequest@unityhartford.org. And include your prayer requests. That'll be given to the prayer chaplains who will hold your request in confidence and confidentiality, and they will lovingly and gratefully pray with you. And there are many others who helped us today, and I want to thank them. And I'm looking for my notes because everything's all messed up here now. I had too many papers today. Thank you. To our worship assistant, Kate Morrison, thank you, thank you, thank you. Our live stream team, Marty, Angela, and Jim. Our hospitality, our greeters. Let's go to our greeters. Jean and Julie, thank you so much. And for hospitality, I saw a bunch of people in there working around, Tony and Marty and a few others. Thank you all for setting up and getting that started. And if anybody can stay around to the end and help clean up with us, that would be great. Now, if anyone is here for the first time, we'd like to welcome you and bless you for honoring us with your presence and give you some information about this Unity Church and the Unity movement. If you're here for the first time, raise your hand. If you're joining us online for the first time, or perhaps you've been here a couple times, but now you're really curious, if you are, just send us an email. Send it to Tony to officemgr@unityhartford.org and tell us you'd like more information. Make sure you give us your address, though, and Tony will put the information package into the mail for you. Thank you so much for honoring us with your presence, for blessing us with your presence today. And finally, many thanks to our wonderful music director, Carolyn Fisher. And Carolyn, what is our closing song for today?
Rev Christine?
Yes.
For the closing song, in case anyone didn't get a chance to read the newsletter, the Zoom information
Oh, thank
for
you.
tomorrow night's class is on the front page of our website, unityhartford.org. You can find it all right there.
Thank you. I didn't say it. It was written here, but I didn't say it. So, so thank you, Deborah. It's nice to have somebody else watching out for you. So Carolyn, back to you. What are we singing? What are you singing?
I am singing. I'm singing a song inspired by the concept of this week's talk, and it's called "Give a Little Bit." Give a little bit. Give a little bit of your love to me. Give a little bit. Give a little bit of my life to you. See the man with the lonely eyes and take his hand. You'll be surprised. Give a little bit. Give a little bit of my life for you. Give a little bit. Give a little bit of your time to me. There's a time we need to share, so send a smile. We're on our way back. Give a little bit, give a little bit of your love to me. Give a little bit, give a little bit of my life to you. There's no time we need to share, so send a smile. We're on our way back home. Yeah, come on. Come on with me. 'Cause I need to feel home. Thank you. Thank you so much to everyone for joining us today, both here in person and online. And we hope you'll join us Wednesday evening at 7 for the meditation service on Facebook. And we look forward to seeing you next Sunday at 10:30 here in our sanctuary or online on Facebook or our website. Have a wonderful and prayerful week. Thanks.